quiet, no man, make me talk. You can't talk after. And the bill in its current state will not achieve the goal that we are hoping to achieve. That's what, in essence. She said, and you must remember, the debate is for you to come and express your opinion and say what you think is wrong.
Not
what
the way you should do
it. Let me finish the one. You want to talk about it? No. If you look at the ethics committee meeting that she chaired, and remember, she's the only judge in a parliament. You have Delroy Chuck, who is there to her, and whether we want to agree or disagree, when you put the legislation in writing in front of Mark Golding, is only a Malawi foot can test him. And anytime she tests him, real up. She is in trigger point.
That's the reason why she should have go to the Prime Minister privately.
Listen.
I go to the party privately and do what she do.
Respond to this.
Classic. If you watch the ethics committee meeting yesterday morning, what she doing in the ethics committee? What she doing in the ethics committee? It is going to take a more powerful thing than what is happening in her. She's setting her foundation. So when she go back to the ethics committee, she can get the results she wants. Politics is not as simple as you see it. There are tactics in it, and the PNP are playing tactics, and Malawi foot is right. And
not in that way, with the situation that everybody...
Yes, man. Nothing wrong with it.
Not in that way.
Constructive.
Not in that way.
Still a bigger talk.
It is constructive criticism.
A one way that the
difference between constructive
listen, the people who know about politics are one way it at a pain to everybody.
Okay.
No,
guys, hang on 1 second there.
Make classics away matter first.
And then keep it
go ahead.
Flowing. Yeah, please.
Go on, man. So I have utmost respect for Malawi. Utmost. Long time I rate that woman there. Malawi, as you know, is a judge. And she's a learned individual. Learned enough to know that she could call somebody on the team that is developing this bill to say, listen, I see something wrong here. Let us try to fix this before it goes back to Parliament for us to have this discussion. MMForte was stripped of a ministry for a particular reason. I don't know. But it was reason enough for her to think twice, because she had the only reason why our constitution, our new constitution, is not passed. You understand? She's not the only reason. But there are many things in a fair bill same way that was questioned that she could not fix all by herself. But here what now? You see something wrong with this ability. And you tell me say you could have called somebody on a team and I could try fix it. Make one less flaw go in a parliament yesterday, my friend. One less, We know so the PNP will come and scrutinize it right down to the T.
Thank you, Classic.
And you see one something where you could have address. Address the thing now, brother. Address the thing, man. Classic. And sometime, my friend. Sometime, we have the knife, we have one for the blade. Many times we say, us labor right, we have the knife and we hold on for the blade, even though we could have hold on for the handle. You understand me? We have to stop doing something, man.
One second, everybody. What was the thing in Parliament yesterday? Was it the account committee? What was it in Parliament yesterday?
Nara debate on the Nara bill.
Okay, we can't find it. All right, cool. Let me check. Go on, Classic. Sorry.
The sitting of Parliament, and it is about
the Nara bill.
She was there about the last 45 minutes.
Winston, what I'm saying, you see,
Winston, go ahead.
The Parliament staff, right? Or the people who staff the Parliament who are responsible for draft this bill, right? Malawi wasn't a part of that team that drafted the bill. So the bill is being drafted in its present form. Then the bill is being laid, right? When the bill is being laid at the Parliament now, the parliamentarian then get the opportunity to read through the bill, and then they come to the parliament and debate the bill. Meaning, wherever you see any fault, so you use your technical
Winston still a share from when me are saying
you use your technical
and then you can talk.
We can talk, man. We could get a chance now. Go on, Winston.
Whatever professional skills you have in the private sector, many a times you use that very same skill to lead you in the parliament in terms of bill laws and so on that govern the country. So when the bill is being laid, you get the chance to read through the bill. Because while the bill is drafting, you are ignorant of what is being drafted, right? You are ignorant unless you're a part of that team. So you don't get no knowledge about the bill until when you get the bill laid in the parliament and you get a chance to read through it. You read through it and you see where the flaws lies. Then the bill come back to the parliament for discussion, right? Business discussed in the parliament. So you point out the flaws and your objection to wherever you saw you find the flaws. And then the bill go back to that parliament.
Uncle Winston, basically I tell you the process, I will know the process in Uncle Winston. What I'm saying, Uncle Winston, what I'm saying is, what I am saying is,
when the lady following the rules.
Joe, Uncle Winston, you're hold on, King Sir 11. What you are saying, Uncle Winston, you tell you the process, so all are we in this group supposed to know, on this platform know the process already, Uncle Winston. I'm not talking about the process, Uncle Winston. I'm talking about how she present, what she present. Hold on, King Sir 11. What she
King, just read my box, please.
Yeah, go to the same thing again. Okay, here and you just have to talk Winston to repeat himself. Let me say this, just for clarity's sake. If the Prime Minister choose to pass that bill, the PNP can't stop it. Nobody can stop it from passing.
Kingston 11, we all know everything we only say. Everything we only say, we know everything we only say.
And that is the most important thing. She could not do anything to stop the bill from starting.
Listen.
All right, we can say this up. I can get a chance to talk now. I can't get a chance to talk now. What she presented to the parliament yesterday, to the fact that she didn't get a ministry in the government, how she presented it obviously look like she's bitter against the action that the PM take against her.
No, that is not correct. She was standing the risk of losing her seat. If you notice, the people that are not head up in the ministry are people whose seat were jeopardized. She definitely stepped back to concentrate more in her seat. That is the reason. There's
that wasn't her decision.
No. That wasn't her decision. Remember said everybody get back on seat.
No.
Everybody get back on seat and she never get back. She never get no ministry. I know, and then ethics committee meeting. Yes, where them put her.
But classic.
I can even see what I go on.
Miss see where she there? Miss see all of that.
MMForte had stepped back because her husband is not ill. She wasn't stripped of anything.
Okay.
He wasn't denied anything. Her husband is very much older than she is. And that's the reason why she stepped back to spend time with her family before it's too late.
That is not true.
No, you look like you know the whole of the politics.
You can't say that is not true. You don't know what's going on. You also working on speculation, brother.
The man will say that is not true. You're totally wrong here. You're absolutely wrong.
King, let me tell you this, King.
Of anything, and like you guys are saying, you see, in a team, there's no.
I am the one more box. Let me to him.
And we all, yes,
I'm gonna make coffee.
The bill to go over, and I don't know who said it.
I am the one.
All right, sorry.
I am the one planning.
Go ahead.
It's worrying my boss.
Okay.
Come up.
There is no team There is no I in team. And if you're a part of a team and you got the bill, I understand what Winston is saying. Yes, it's the public bill, Winston and Sir Kingston. Yes, it's the public business. Yes, it should be debated. But you see, when you're a part of a team, you help the team, even though you don't have a role. Your role doesn't stop your vision. You don't have a role, doesn't stop you from voicing your. If she said, for example, she reached out to them, overlooked it, reach out to them and say, hey, fix this way, because that doesn't stop you not being a part of the exact team, doesn't stop you from seeing, because when you're inside something, persons on the outside see what is happening inside better. So you being on the outside with her capability, she could have called and say, hey, look at this way. This is my opinion. Look at this way, whether call, email, or whatever. If she said she done that and the team did not fix it for yesterday Parliament, then I would understand why she would come to Parliament with her. Not that I'm saying with her reasoning was wrong. However, what I am saying is this would be one less flaw for her to fix in on the bill before going to Parliament yesterday.
No, I agree.
I agree with that point.
Hang on,
I'm not saying no.
Can I have an input?
One second as well, please. Give me 1 second. Let me just do this little privilege when me have right.
Hold on, the Black King.
One question.
Black King.
Yes.
Me not get a comment. I give Kunkus my box.
All right, cool. Let me just ask one
You
question.
can't take my one too.
No, man, it's stay, man.
No, do something. Have something for that.
All right, then let Plank stay then and you go if you have to.
Stay Plank. If anything, if me want to come back, maybe I'll borrow you.
Kingston 11. Oh, you gone. So one question me go ask. Does anyone know whether MMForte did reach out to anyone and say anything to them?
No, don't sound that way.
What we are doing here so right now is speculating. We don't know what happened.
All right, so Black King, let me
Soldier.
Hold on.
Well, that means our next argument this, because if she reach out to somebody and fix the backside, now one more different argument.
No one know what happened.
Classic. That is not.
Hold on.
No one knows.
Winston.
Classic. Why you don't use the research where you have and go research it? You're a teacher, you know.
Me another teacher.
Classic. Listen to me, Classic. Without due respect, you know me I talk about.
Yeah.
So on the research thing, or with
Winston.
and come back with the information.
Let me add something.
All right, my moderator go research it. Bloom, research it later. We talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. You see, if we watch, yeah, man, I've been waiting a long time too. You see, if we watch the committee before, we would have realized something. Yesterday, we did not see Marlene MMForte representing the Jamaica Labour Party. We see her representing the PNP. I'm going to be very honest with you. And I said that because if you realize, she was the one who gave the PNP the talking points that they used in the committee that she chaired before. And when the request was made of her to write to Parliament to have them request that the man return to the committee, she said that is not necessary. You understand? And then afterwards, the announcement was made by Philip Powell. And then after Philip Powell made the announcement, the man wrote to the committee to say the same thing that she said. You understand? So we have to be very careful.
No, man, she never said never necessary. No. She never said it never necessary. I'm going to pick up the Malawi now. She never said that. She never said that. Malawi was the one who wanted Dennis to be at the committee. It was when what the MP for him for down at Junction side name. What his name again? Adam man, they bring up the point and say, boy, Frank Witter.
Exactly. And Mr. Witter said she must seek legal advice about
exactly. And so me not gonna make you put the lady on the bus there, so
she said she does not have to seek legal advice.
She did say that, Classic. She did say that.
She said she don't have to seek legal advice, Classic. You understand?
No, man, you say it was not necessary. She suggesting that she at first came up to say it is not necessary to bring in.
That is what she said.
No,
Go back and watch it, Classic.
No, sir.
Go back and watch it because yesterday
nah,
when I
go
was
put Malawi
watching
on
it,
that
that was
bus
the
again.
very first thing that came to my mind.
But what you could have said still, you know, is that as a learned individual, she should have had the information where she knows. Yes, better we say that. But me now go put her on the bus. We say she said what she never said.
Listen. If you're looking at the comments and you see even Empress says the same thing, because that is what she actually said, Classic. You understand?
I think it's wrong to say
she literally gave the PMP the talking points that they needed in order to do what they did.
So guys, so what are you here advocating? That the NARA bill should have passed with an error in
Mr. Winston, that is not what we are saying. That is not what we are saying. Mr. Winston, that's not what we're saying.
Give me a
time. What we're saying. I can't understand on the talking point because
Mr. Winston, all right, hold on, Mr. Winston. Hold on, Mr. Winston.
Learned politician of the parliament.
Hold on, Mr. Winston.
We're not Mr. Winston. We're not to understand the constitution and the talking
Hold on, Mr. Winston. Hold on, Mr. Winston. Hold on, Mr. Winston.
Go ahead. Hold on, man. Me listen to you now. I don't need to get upset, Winston, because we're offering our point of view. And each person have them right to express them point of view. And this is the thing, what I'm saying. Nothing is wrong with critique. Nothing is wrong with critique. But there's a but. There's a time and place for everything. And with this kind of political thing that we're having now in Jamaica, where it's a tit for tat kind of thing, we have to know when and where. You're telling me that I'm in your business. I'm in your business as the manager, Winston. The auditor or the cleansing people is coming tomorrow. And he would have given me a list of stuff. And I overlook. I don't say anything. I see something wrong and I don't say anything there and then. And when the auditor come tomorrow and say me did see it, that can't make no sense. What I'm saying to you is
again, you guys are moving our speculation. No can't say she never said anything.
Wait, no Black King. Well, on the Black King, listen to what I'm saying to you. Somebody said something about team. And team a team. And we cannot get away from team a team. There's no iron team.
Sure.
So we go to Parliament, and I'm saying to you, yes, I have an issue, and I deal with the issue. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying to you is that at the first time in my lifetime, I see PMP clap a jail PMP, you know. For me, I watch Parliament, you know. So
yes, first Woman can say things and then cheer him as well.
Hold on, no, it's the first time I'm seeing it, Black King. Hold on, no, Black King, first time I see it. But I'm just telling you, listen to what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
Is that, remember now, you know, I'm saying, I'm not telling you because if something wrong, it'll come back on hand to it. Fine, me don't have no problem with that. That is not what I'm saying or saying she shouldn't say anything. But in this political environment, we decide. Me end it right there. We decide.
I mean, Punkus start now.
Yeah, Punkus.
No, I try to catch up, you know, because I don't know what is incorrect in the NARA bill, you know. Bring me up to speak, I never listen, you know.
You know, so me watch
ask a question. We Mark Golding was acting yesterday towards the NARA bill. And then Orisha said him not approve of what MMForte did. But me never hear what MMForte said because I was driving.
See what she said wrong. I don't see.
I was driving yesterday because me just listen to Mark Golding because me have to in and out.
The main thing is everybody have an issue with Prime Minister Andrew Holness being the CEO. That is it. The main problem is everybody having Prime Minister Andrew Holness as the CEO.
But I'm the commander-in-chief, so
then that is their problem. That is everybody's problem. Say the CEO have too much power. That is because
Kizzy, you want to come up, Kizzy?
They want
Kizzy has a Malawoo Fort out of line.
Soldier, where you get that from, Soldier?
That is every time you mean.
Box, Kizzy.
CEO, they talk about the whole time. And that is what she said.
Soldier,
that is what she said too.
But Soldier, listen here, Soldier.
We just get one in from
said
TikTok.
too.
I'm saying, make it lock up my camera. But we never lock it up.
All the time, Soldier. All the time.
All right, Kizzy, I hear that.
Bill is being laid in the parliament for discussion, right? It is there as a member of the parliament, you get the opportunity to read through the bill and look where
Winston, then get it before that. Then get it before that, Winston.
Well, no, man. Well, no. You think the Marlene could have read through that bill and call the parliament staff and say, hey, there's an error here, you need to correct it when the bill already been laid.
Kizzy, you're not the wrong box.
And when the bill now discussed at the parliament level, and you
Winston,
you
all right, Winston, me hear you.
point out the weakness. And when you point out the weakness now, the bill go back to the department to recraft,
Come on.
Me hear you.
Come on. Me know that.
Me hear you.
Yeah.
Me hear you, Winston. That's it. Me not say nothing. Me hear you.
Now it's right.
So the lady is standing up on the behalf of the Jamaican people. The ladies also make sure that the legislation is strong and solid. And to
give the floor now, can you come?
One second, Winston, and before Kizzy come in or anything, wanna tell me where I should find because I'm watching it. As one of they're speaking, I'm watching it.
At the end. Almost at the last.
This is the last 45 minutes of the thing.
Yeah, but I me depend on somebody and me hear what she has speak. She's speaking on the thing, but me can't see what she said. Me not see what she said wrong still, but
we're not saying that she said something wrong. No, that's not what they're saying. They're saying that is the way she did it. She could have said it somewhere else, like say it prior to call them, make them know so this the bill need
everybody's making noise over. That's all everybody is saying. Simple. That is what people are saying. Simple. That's what Kizzy has said. Simple. That's all everybody has said. Nobody has said she said anything wrong. And that's 100% what I'm saying. Nothing else. That's what I'm saying. She did nothing wrong. It's just where she said.
Okay. And I would say, in criticism of the bill, she and Isaac give the best criticism of the bill. Everybody else said the same thing and just used different words. Same thing, just different words. But she and Isaac Buchanan gave the best criticism of the bill.
Yes.
And the people. Something wrong with your critique. Oh, sorry, one people.
I'm being a fly in the wall for the last couple of minutes. I'm not cut me off. So what I'm telling you, say, all I want to say, everybody right. I just the context. And Portia do the similar thing and turn prime and get so popular that she turn prime minister. You know? I'm gonna say something now. I know I'm gonna mash up the thermos. You see when Malawoo Fort do yesterday? When the Constitution of Jamaica did that right, if somebody did get up and lick out against some of the class every night we are fuck with today, like them permanent secretary there, and then fixed position for life there. Me not think with that there, you know. We need a rebel somewhere, brother. But all I want to write, me not play no hypocrite. I just the context how the way should do it. And we don't know if she never try behind closed door either.
But that may I say that's my argument. No one know whether she try. No one know whether she try to speak to someone. So far, like the argument where I am the one come on and say, boy, she give PMP talking point and blah 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 blah. Me can't work with the argument. They still on. Me hear what him say, but me can't work with the argument there. Because no one know what happened behind closed door, whether she spoke to someone about it, and they decide not to do anything, and that's why she come out and said what she said. We just don't know. Good morning, Kizzy. Good afternoon, Kizzy. How you doing?
Hey guys, what going on there?
Kizzy, me forget my manners, Kizzy. Good morning.
Morning, baby. Morning.
Kizzy, big up Pumpus in here 2 rows.
Me no want nothing for me no big up nobody. Black King. Well, first of all, let me make it be clear because you see, sometimes you have some people where always seek out to create problem, and because me is not one for push nothing under the rug, you have sometimes it come off like I am the aggressor or I am making problems. So when me just come and Planka invite me up,
Yeah.
and I refuse to.
Okay.
Because you see this issue with this box, you have a lot of people that care feelings for the box here, the side of Black King. Mind you, I don't want nobody care no more belly for me. I don't want nobody got obey man for me because of box on TikTok. So that's why I did I say no plank. That's why I was saying I did not want to join.
Okay.
Yeah, understand. But me just thank you very much, Black King, for you say it yourself. Say you want me in your box.
Kizzy.
And I know me take out nobody out of the box or the den of the box.
Kizzy,
or
stop.
whatever.
Kizzy, stop.
Kizzy.
Kizzy, stop.
Yes.
Hold on, stop. Kizzy. In a Jamaica, it is only legal to have one. It is only legal to have one wife. Let me tell you something. A wife is driving a front seat, and a mother-in-law or sister-in-law. Argument done.
Big up everybody. One Kizzy for the app, definitely. So, but just to say because
hello, my beautiful Parishina. Good morning, my darling.
Good morning. Because me already have enemies over the box. You understand? So
See,
me just me no want.
I seriously got that out.
What do you mean if a serious thing me talk about?
I cannot know that.
Yeah, I'm gonna can know.
Are you a fault?
Somebody really
and all the time, the actions of others make me get in a trouble with people.
Why you think me say to Kizzy say you want my box, Kizzy?
Yeah, but you know me not take your box. You know me not taking it.
Can I say something?
Yes, darling.
Listen, you don't give empty barrels traction because you saying that I was giving them traction. You're a queen. You wear your crown. And I'm
not doing that. I'm not trying to delay the program. It's just that I know I don't. I'm here. Somebody said them observe it. I know how these things do go. So me just make it clear because me have moderator powers. Me know nobody believes that me remove anybody because one thing. Me don't move nobody from the box or anything like that. So me just make that clear before we continue with the conversation. As for this Marlene thing now, may I get some information, and you know if you just give me some time until it clear up, I will tell you what me know later, sometime in the rest of the court during the course of the day. I'll say this though, Marlene not standing with the government in that way, the stance that she take. I don't like, me personally, me not like it. Because yes, we don't want at no time opposition a cheer. Get a win. But guess what happened? I remember the case where I think it was with NIDS and Marlene wanted to fight and the government did not want to. And I think there's another issue. I trust Marlene Malaho judgment. I do. And this is not because I don't trust the Prime Minister or the other members who are working on this bill or whatever. No. I just know that woman, that she is a very thorough person. I know how she works. Some people maybe not like her style. And she get a lot of slack. She get a lot of bad name because of the way how she, but she's just a no-nonsense person. And I think for you to stand up and not side with your party. And she made it clear. She said she wants what's best for the bill, and she know that its success is her success. So although as a labor right, me not like how it was done, but then as we don't know what if she tried behind the scenes, because remember now she's not a member of the cabinet, so it might be very well a case where she was not privy or did not get the time of day to say her piece, and as MP, she have the right to stand up and represent in the she, you don't have to side with your party all the time. That don't mean say you're less than any labor right. That don't mean say you're less than that means say you're stabbing at the back. That mean you're bitter. Because I see people are saying she's bitter because she's no longer a part of the cabinet. But I believe that's what makes you a good politician. You have to be able to stand up, and even if it might not be popular, you say what's right. If you're convicted, because guess what happened? It is now on record where she stands. Anything down the road, she will have to face the consequences. She will either be right convictions, and everybody will say, Marlene was correct, or they will say, well, see, Marlene was wrong. So she have to stand on her own convictions, and I cannot beat her for it. I did not watch all of Parliament, and I listened to Delano Seaverite, and I posted his video because I'm in support. I am in support of everything that he said. But me nah bash Marlene because the stance that she took, it make me look deeper and want to know more. You understand? Why? I need to understand more, and that's why I'm gonna reach out to my sources, and I want to understand deeper where she's coming from. But I do trust her judgment. She's very right, Mr. Winston. She is meticulous. She's not one of them. She's not one of them fly by day, pitch by night woman in a parliament, or we're gonna just stand out. And the next thing, she has been at this for a long time. She's not no newbie. And remember, she is a trained legislator, and she has experience. She sat on the bench. So
I can ask you a question, Quizzy.
yes, she was right about the IC Mali. Yeah, man, ask.
So if she's so meticulous, why wasn't she meticulous enough in the committee before Parliament to make the proper request through Parliament in writing to have Jack Denman brought before the committee?
She alone. She's not the only person in the committee. She's not the only person at the committee. We can't just jump down and blame everything now. Remember, there's a lot of things we don't know, regarding the whole thing.
Remember, other committee members. Hold on one look. Other committee members had requested that she do that, and she said she did not need to seek any legal advice regarding the situation.
Might be correct. She might be correct. Wait, name Dennis Garden Defiance no means him right. You all know that he has been acting wrong and strong the entire time, and it seems like there is no powers that be we can control him. So, and we know that it's PNP way. So I don't know why you mix use that now as a marker for judge or for this, what she say in a parliament. It's two different things. I am the one.
Listen, the reason why I'm using it, Tizzy, is because there was another member of the committee that had requested that she do it, and she said that she did not need.
I think it was Frank Witter. Was it Frank Witter? Yes. So just call name no man. It's in the public and not like a private somewhere.
No, man. You understand? And she decided that she was not going to do it. You understand? And that is why the situation turned out the way it did.
Yeah,
so
well,
she's dropping.
She maybe never see it necessary. She maybe never see it necessary because she never, for whatever reason, and I've said this before. I am the one. For whatever reason, it seems our people are treating this Dennis Garden situation with a fine teeth comb. The only person, there are the only two persons. I don't know who is the person who is running the Young Jamaica account, and Marlon Morgan. They are the only two persons, other than what I've seen in the Senate. They are the only two persons who come out strongly, in saying anything towards this whole Jack Den and the misuse of the tax exemption thing. But everybody else, like, is business as usual. You see anybody else coming out and going on the record and saying anything? No, right? The point is Dennis Gordon and them, they have been going very wrong and strong the entire time. Them are go very wrong and strong, and he just seems to believe that he is pulling a lot of strings, and him having party backing, him having opposition leader backing. And when I spoke the other day and said that I was not pleased with Minister Tufton's stance that was reported, in a lot of labor rights to jump on me and said the minister this and defended it, right? But here we are now, because if Minister Tufton said that it is a deep-rooted situation and you can't blame any one personality, then where the hell them I call up the man to no ethics committee for in the first place?
Yeah, but Kizzy,
it is something that normalized.
But Kizzy, first, my first point is PMP now have a talk show that they're doing with this Jack Them situation. So PMP has now turned it into their narrative. And with Tufton and what he said, he is not wrong, because if it has been 20 plus years, it's a systematic problem. So when he said it is not a one person, is a system. So therefore, they need to look at how you said to be doing this in the first place and try to fix the way in which it is being done. So it's not one.
Tamai, and that is all good and well, and we're all for correcting that. But you have to start somewhere. So somebody have to be. There's always a fall guy. There's always a person who has to face the music. Always. You have how you think you have all the time you have a lot of things with set precedents, various cases, because they are the exception. This is the fall guy, and you get catch. You have to face the music.
I just want to say this in final, Kizzy.
That doesn't mean that the Tufton is not. His speech doesn't say that let us not look at Jack Them. To me, what I got from his speech, he is saying, let us look at the system and fix the system as well. Jack Them he is at this moment is a lamb to be slaughtered. However, we still
Tamai. All right. When I came here, I hear people want to chastise Marley Malau for because she took a stance which is in favor of the opposition, right? So why isn't she getting the same kind of understanding for the position that she has taken? Basically, yes, saying look at this thing the right way, do this, do that, focus on these things, because she sees another way. Why she's not getting the same kind of grace like how you guys willing to give Tufton for basically making an excuse for this man. That's why I said left. The man don't need to go on now ethics committee. Me no wrong him.
Nobody wasn't beating down on Malahu. They were saying she said the right thing. They're just saying it's where she said it. They weren't saying that she shouldn't have said, because Malahu gave a good, and I trust her what she said over what any other else the opposite the thing said. It's just that they're saying that she probably could have said it to them, which is the team.
Tom Roy, you must also be aware of that whatsoever a member of parliament said, it only takes precedent when it's been said in the parliament. Because the parliament is where it gives them the voice of authority. In the parliament, you cannot call up the parliament staff and say, hey, there's a line in this bill which is wrong, go and change it. That is not how it works. You have to come to the parliament, point out the error, and then it go back to the drafting board. It is only the parliament, the voice of the member of parliament, take precedent.
Winston, it have to go in at the answer. It have to record it.
To the upper house, though.
And also, And also, guys, we all know that we are very much anxious here for NARA to become law, so the reconstruction of the country can get started, right? And we don't want it to delay and join out. But again, the bill that is going to give NARA that power to execute effectively and efficiently cannot be a wishy-washy bill. The bill has to be properly structured with all the vanguard to take the process forward. Why are we not looking at it that way? And if this member, right, from West Central, St. James, use her experience, right, and her skill to point out and say, well, this is an error in the bill, and if we pass the bill in its present form, the bill will not have the power that we all desire the bill to have. That is an objective way of looking at it, you know. Instead of we are here now, want to say the woman and the labor right, and behaving like it's only Andrew Wallace alone a labor right, and like Andrew Wallace alone.
About Mr. Winston, nobody never said that. No, not said that. Not said that, Mr. Winston.
No, Plank, if you listen to the conversation of some of the people,
nobody said the woman was a labor
right.
right.
No,
Say that. Don't do that,
Andrew
Mr.
Wallace alone have the best interest of Jamaica.
Mr. Winston, we were only saying that it is
Don't do that, Mr. Winston. Nobody never said that.
Well, and Plank. But Mr. Winston, maybe not just talking from this conversation. It was being said on other programs last night. I don't know if Mr. Winston was listening. I heard some people saying it. I heard some people saying it.
Plank, can you recall the statement that Soldier did make concerned about chief of staff and everybody beat down chief of staff? That's not how parliament works. You send a member of parliament to legislate on the best interest of you for the country. So if a bill is being laid at the parliament and it have an error, you must not side it with party, but you must side it with the country and the people that you represent.
That's how we send them to parliament, Mr. Winston, because we need the best from them, you know. We need the best. We send the best of the best. So because we need the best type of representation from them.
And what Winston is saying,
we should all applaud Marlene. You understand? Stand behind her and listen, because it opened the conversation now for a lot of persons who did not understand what was being said. And not because we see the opposition are cheered. Them a cheer. Remember, you see, with this bill, this might be one of the first time the opposition finally doing them job the right way or them supposed to. It might just finally be the first instance we are seeing since Mark Golding, a leader of the opposition, that they are doing the right thing. Because this would be a game changer for Jamaica, and we don't want a mistake. We want it to do properly so that it can work seamlessly and that the people of the country can benefit. So big up Marlene Malawu, no joke. I mean, do I love it? I don't like see PNP a cheer in a parliament. I don't want to see them a cheer, especially in support of where one of our one say. But that is parliament, and that it used to be like that back in the day, right? You have sometimes we have to have people from the opposition who have to side with the government, but them afraid for them over there now wishy-washy, afraid for set themselves apart from Mark Golding. So Marlene might just be opening back that part where we need that kind of cooperation, where we need in the parliament. Yes, one love.
Sister P, go against our government as minister. The minister where fire brigade gonna PMP cut the money we allocate for buy fire truck. And Porsche get up in a parliament and raise Ras. And people love Porsche more feet. So one of the first, when Malawu vote I do, one of the first. And a country we saying, at the betterment of country we say, at the betterment of individual. Country at Jamaica we say. So Labour right do things wrong too. So wait, if Labour right do something wrong, Labour right office and talk. Man, we too hypocritical here, man. And we take them at on call too.
My question is, we can disagree with our own if there's an issue. We don't have the right to disagree with our own.
We can disagree, And the persons who have issues, you know, you can't express yourself, but I feel discouraged to share why you not agree, you know,
guys,
you maybe have a different point of view we need to be listened to.
And the woman of our personal stress, the woman of our personal stress, I go on that. We're not agreeing on that public.
I have the perception that the parliament opposition is always wrong, and that nothing positive or uplifting can ever come from the opposition. It might as well with disband democracy.
But Winston, the opposition never see the point. The opposition never see the point where she raised that up, Winston.
Because I am sure.
Yeah, but Winston, the opposition.
Even at this budget debate, that Ray and Robinson have laid something on the table concerning how we can collect more from our GCT taxes. And I am support of it. And I believe that the government must serious through the Minister of Finance. Look how they can implement policies that we can collect more, because there are a lot of people out there in Jamaica. We are a systematic corrupt country, right?
Punkus, me bury your box and bring up HR for a minute. We bring you up back to time.
Kizzy, take my box. Take my box.
Out there to be collected, right? Because a lot of people sell GCT and now pay it over to the government.
You know what I can speak
HR no send no request. HR will request there.
And what I can tell you is the PMP is doing their best to derail the redevelopment of the country and the repairs to everything that is bad. Because in their eyes, if the government is successful with repairing all the damage and making Jamaica a better place, they will have no political chance at the polls the next time. So they will do everything in their power to prevent it. And NARA is the vehicle by which the government is going to be used to ensure this redevelopment has less red tape and less bureaucracy. And the PMP does not want that, because it will not give them the chance to win the election in the next 4 years.
And I ask that question, right? Come here, me listen. See? So Parliament actually work. Hold on, HR man. The Parliament actually are working in the right way. We have a problem with it? Because I mean, I understand the conversation. Why we have this conversation, you know?
Because nobody's.
Well, let me ask. Mama, I will talk a while about Soji. So no Punkus. I am the one. Oh, I am the one. I am the one. The time. I think Soji the one said something earlier and we cut him off too. But I am the one. Listen, we all know that the bill will be a game changer, right? I am certain Marlene MMForte knows that as well. She knows, right? And if you hear what she said, she's not against the bill. She's just against the bill with whatever issues she have with it now. And she's just saying that as it stands, it is not ready to be tabled. No time to pass yet. It's just a delay. It's just a delay. They just need to go back to the drawing board and knock out the whatever the king. The PNP now have no. Them can't stop it, you know. They cannot stop it.
I want to be quick.
I
want to say something if I can, Kizzy and company.
HR, I want to just be a minute, please. I don't want to stay long. This bill go back for when time the Prime Minister say it was just to debate in the House. Mark Bolina asked you to go to a joint select committee. PM say him no want it to end up like in a, I don't remember the word, like I said, bureaucratic bungling or something to that effect. So it just want to debate and just go through. Mark Bolin wanted to go to a joint select committee to debate the bill so that them can agree totally. What the Prime Minister said, it got us some bills, just end up, instead of we get things done, it just end up in a debate and all kind of bureaucratic something. So Malawi Fort go against convention. Because the normal convention is for you to side with your party. But now this term, she goes against the regular convention by pointing out the flaws because they want more management in the bill. But if you put in certain things in the bill, the speed where the Prime Minister wants the things to go with, it's not going to go with it. So that's the basic thing. So it's not just what Marlene just say. It is management them want reporting and people for watch people and them kind of thing there. Because it's just the minister, when it has state out, I just like the minister responsible, what the responsible officer. So them want more details tonight that the PNP has say, and Marlene kind of has say, point out the weakness because maybe she thinks that maybe they will go court or whatever it is. So that's my reading from it from a longer time. That no can go through. Now come down.
Yeah, so morning, Kizzy. Morning, everyone. I agree with Kizzy. I agree with Winston and Punkus. What we saw yesterday in the parliament is a demonstration of how parliament is supposed to work. Yeah? It's a good thing also. It's a good thing that Marlene Malawi Fort is not a part of the cabinet. It's a good thing. And I hear some persons are saying Andrew Flinger wrote. That's not the case. That's not the case. Right? Because if she was a part of the executive, if she was a part of the cabinet, she couldn't stand up in parliament and speak out against the bill like she did yesterday. Because in our constitutional arrangement, we have something called collective responsibility, right? Where the cabinet makes decisions collectively. What Marlene did yesterday didn't make her any less of a neighbor, right? What she did, if she had gone in parliament, I know the lady, she's a principled woman, a fair woman, with her own mind, and in that mix, she so happens to be a good Labourite. It doesn't make her any less of a party woman. What she did was assist the government in ensuring that the bill that all of us want to see pass in good order, and when it passes, it makes sense. As the only legislator in our parliament who serve in all three arms of government, the fact that she's no longer a judge, she doesn't stop being a judge, she still have her training. And she lent her mind as a judicial officer yesterday to the bill. Because if you look at how she scrutinized the bill, she scrutinized it from a place of, if you take it to court, the court will look at it. And we know the PNP love run go court with things that they not agree with. If you look at the bill, if anybody should take up the bill and take it to court, what will the court say? Yeah? So she gave the government an opportunity yesterday to scrutinize the bill so that in the event the I go come ready and take up the bill and can go court, the court are going to shut it down. The court are going to say, no, the bill is in order. That is the standpoint from which she scrutinized the bill yesterday. And we ought to be appreciative of that. So I agree with her. Yeah? If you go to parliament and just sit there on that bench and without doing your job, looking at documents that come before you carefully, you're doing the country and Jamaicans a disservice. A grave disservice. So what she did yesterday, I support her 100%. I have no issue with it. No concern. That is how government's supposed to work. And if you look at other functions in the if you look at
wait, Kimani, somebody's speaking. I don't know if you're not hearing. Someone is speaking. We'll wait until somebody finish speak, and we speak, please. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
If you look at other functioning democracies around the world, yeah, I'm going to draw on Britain, for example, as a mother of parliament. If you look at any no confidence motion that is brought in the British Parliament, it is usually the backbenchers on the government side that bring it. Yeah, Yesterday, in our context, was an opportunity for backbenchers to hold government to account and scrutinize government on either side of the aisle. So that is how Parliament is supposed to work. She did absolutely nothing wrong, and I welcome it. I appreciate her comments and her contribution. Well said, Marlene. She did a damn good job yesterday, and it doesn't make her any less of a labor right.
Yes, correct.
Can I make my contribution now, Kizzy, please? One minute, because our miracles bad word. Kimani, make Kimani talk, Bridget, and then you, and then Rusty.
No,
Kimani.
we come up before him.
Yes, but Bridget seems so eager, so make him talk and make we hear what he must say. And,
so me not eager to anyway, go on.
Good morning, everyone. Kimani Martin, I'm a part of G2K for the KSA chapter. What I want to say that nothing is wrong what MMForte said yesterday, but it has been disappointed to us as young people and the party. And the party. The thing is that the Attorney General would have say in the bill, because of you guys noticed is that the Prime Minister did table a bill when he was doing his budget presentation. He would have withdrawn that bill and tabled a different one last week, Tuesday. He would have updated of what public persons was saying about the first bill that he tabled and made those adjustments if he was listening to his presentation last week when he tabled the new bill that he withdrew the old one. Nothing is wrong with what MMForte giving her contribution, but she could have write to the Attorney General or the Prime Minister to say that there are some issues with the bill. What was the reason for these areas in the bill? Because if you guys want to look, the reason why the opposition are disgruntled because they are not the one doing the NARA authority, because they know what the government is aimed to do to reconstruct Jamaica and to rebuild Jamaica into a fast economy. So they don't want that, because based on what is happening, some of their new MP may lose their seat. The same thing that they did with the NIDS, why we are at the place that we are at today.
So
they want it to be delayed.
So you are not in support of a member of parliament using this space that they were elected to represent?
Not say that I am not in support of what she say. I say that we are not against what she do.
Route, but this route that she take is also a route that she can go. The bill is
we said that
the bill is not private.
Yes,
it's already tabled.
Yes, it's already tabled, but it seems as if you're not saying that she's siding with the opposition, but you can look at what they're trying to do if you listen to their presentation of what Peter Bunting is saying about corruption.
Kimani, me no want to go Bridget. Kimani, one question.
No.
Don't
want
policy
nobody
shut
talk
out, right?
for me, because me no want focus. You can't address me when you done focus, but me want.
No man. In the 30 seconds. Kimani, I no want policy shut out, but right?
Yes.
Right, Kimani?
Yes.
And she's a policy maker. And she in the place where policies are made and laws are made. Me not understand how you say she will go somewhere else.
No, I'm not saying that she should have go somewhere else. I'm saying that
you did. You said she should have write to the Attorney General.
You said she should go another route. That's
anyway,
what
Bridget,
no, I'm saying that she should have. If there is a, remember that is your party in government. Your party tabled a bill.
It doesn't
No,
matter even when you're in government, if you're a party, you don't mean say you have to side with them on everything.
no, I'm not saying that
Everything can be
she.
done
I'm not saying
in
that.
private.
I'm not saying that you have to side with them, but she was a former attorney general and the former minister of legal and constitutional affairs. The attorney general would have made contribution, or the bill would have go to the attorney general before it come to parliament. So what you are saying is that the attorney general is incompetent then. The attorney general would have not seen those flaws. That is what I am getting, because before a bill tabled in parliament, the attorney general has to have his input about legalities and court matters.
No, sir, that's not true. That's not true.
No.
With the greatest of respect, that is not true. No. You have to understand the attorney general comes in on the advice of the government. So it's not a case. I'm getting a background. I'm getting a feedback.
It's from Kimani. Let me mute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So it is not true that the attorney general had to weigh in on the bill. No. The attorney general only steps into situation where the government asks for his advice. Right? It's not a case where all bills must go through the attorney general. That's not true. It goes from the draftsman. Once cabinet gives the drafting instructions to the chief parliamentary council, that's where it stops. The AG doesn't come in unless the government call him into the process because, okay, I need your advice on this. So it's not true to say that the attorney general would have weighed in on the bill. That's not true. You have to understand the process. And when I listen to you, Kimani, I can tell that you are young politically. So it's not true to say that the attorney general had to weigh in on the bill and Marlene's contribution on the floor of parliament show up the attorney general to say that he is incompetent. That's not true. Come on now.
Okay, Bridget, come in.
Bridget, please, no.
My contribution. Me going the politics way, and me not going all legal, and me have to stick to the politics. And this is my personal opinion of what I think, right? All right, so I'm going to give an example before I carry on. Last week or the week before, when Marlene was the chairman for the ethics committee, and when they were discussing about sanctioning Dennis Gordon, Frank Witter asked her a question like Frank, because I was listening. It's like Frank Witter said to her, Marlene, just in my words, you sure we can do that because we tried the legal way about this thing? And Marlene basically tell Frank, say, look here, man, we're not reach us yet. No, we can do it and whatever. And what Frank did, Frank worked with Marlene and said, okay, let's do it. Because it was a teamwork right there. So eventually it could not be done because yesterday the PMP came and shut it down and say, you people cannot do that. It has to go through the parliament. My question is, okay, Marlene did not see that flaw right there. A member saw it, but the member still stood with her. Fine. I am going to say,
But Bridget, before you're gonna further, then they fly upon Frank Witter because if he was so convinced that he's correct and he know the right, him shouldn't just yield. That's why teamwork a bullshit sometimes.
No,
because if he had seen that something was not right and needed to be done and should be done, then him should have stand up and speak and see to it that it was done right and properly.
You don't go against a chairman because remember she chairs the board and she have the last.
Yeah, but Bridget, me not understand why we not bring up that now for use as a marker for Judge Marlene when
allow me to finish?
when Dennis Gordon and the PNP has been very unruly and rogue on this thing. Me not understand.
Yes,
May I make a thought, Bridget, but me not understand why we not conflate the two.
I'm not conflict. I'm only bringing a point to you guys that when Frank Witter never get up and carry on, him just say, okay, let us work it out. It work out, it never work out in her favor. No problem. Yesterday, when I listened to Delano, gave a comprehensive speech on the bill and how much oversight the bill is, because the whole contention, people, is about corruption. Everybody's scared of this corruption thing, It's not, and I don't think it's not anything else. What they're claiming is that the PM have too much power. That is what I get from the speeches yesterday. I listen Mark Golden and I listen Peter Bunting. You understand me? They want to have control a certain thing. And that is what the PM is trying to avoid, the whole lot of red tape and bureaucracy. That is because they are going to stall the bill, just like how they did with NIDS, just like how they did with the Republican. So we are trying to avoid all of them shenanigans there. You understand me? I don't think it's nothing too serious that it can go court and then can shut it down. I don't think so. It's just they are scared of, according to them, corruption. If you guys listen to their rhetoric yesterday, it was all about the PM have too much power and the PM this and the PM that. You understand me? They have a member on the board.
See, not to cut you, is the same thing I'm saying. That is their problem.
Yeah,
they just don't want the reconstruction of the government to build back the country faster.
Delano spoke about the committees of a man, I don't even remember his name, right? Well, a good standing man who does these things all over the world, right? I think his name, the Jamrock, Kilami can help me. The Jamrock, he's going to be on the Jamrock bill, right? You have the AG on the bill, and the committees. You have a lot of
come from the university. The money for the university, sir.
I don't know where it come from, but you can listen back Delano, him tell you how him do. I don't remember what him say him do. Him oversight those things. Right? Them the people that now go put them repetition upon the line to make nobody corrupt them. Those are high-standard people in the world. Then the people in nobody now, I don't think he's going to come make him repetition be spoiled for 2 little Jamaican dollars. But the PMP just, and this is my thinking now, Mark you. Me and America, this is my thing. The PMP just don't like the powers that the Prime Minister is going to have over the execution of Nara, right? Back to Sister Marlene now. What she said, fine, but there's a time and place for everything. That is my response. There's a time and place for everything. Marlene was not reading the room yesterday. And if me and Kizzy and Punkus depend on a team, and me a lick out against Kizzy, right? Me say Kizzy uncomfortable about it. Me I go draw back. Me I say, me I go kind of draw back.
Bridget, might I ask? I'm tete-a-tete with you now, Bridget. Might I ask, when was the time and when was the place?
My thinking is, if she remember, she's an ex-judge. She was an attorney. My thinking is she could have done it a different way. But that is her way. Fine.
Different. And that's what I want to get from you, Bridget. Different.
She could have simply pulled the PM Jackie Taylor and said, PM, I need a meeting with you because there's certain.
She could have right to her. She could have right to her party.
In the bill, what I think, but I don't want to go public with it, sir. So we can flesh it out before you table it. Even that. So I don't know if the PM. This is my thinking. I don't know if the PM gave the members an opportunity to go through the bill before it was tabled. I don't know.
Bridget, hi, how are you doing? And I asked this question earlier to the others who were speaking, and I will ask you the same thing. How do you know that what you're suggesting that she should have done, that she didn't do it? How we just don't know. But we
just don't know. Yeah, we just don't know. That is what I don't know if it was done, King. I don't know.
So we speculating at the
Right?
moment. You know, say I
But
watch the thing. I'm here watching it
if
while you guys speaking, and
if I
why?
am a politician, hold on, King. If I am a politician, I mean, because everything is done is politics. And if my team when me have, right, and me say something, and me see Kizzy walk off and Punkus walk off and Black King walk off, even though I am right, me go and draw back, right? And no, this is my opinion, no, you know. When Marlene saw the comrades, them a clap and a cheer her on, just let me finish. Me go end my speech now. And I cheer her on, and me would have just pull back a little bit and read the room. That's all I'm saying.
Can I say something?
That is all I'm saying. I know everybody else says she have a right on a parliament and all this, but you know, try put the politics in it before you come
Yeah,
with
repeat yourself, my darling.
here. That is my take on it, and that is fine.
You're repeating. Can I say something?
Hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second, Ian.
Roden, all right.
Ian, Mr. Roden. Hang on 1 second. Who was it? Was it you next in line, or Kizzy? Who was next in line?
Me?
Zaf.
Yeah, I call same one. Yeah, morning. You know, the problem that I have, I don't know why is it whenever time people express themselves or express them opinion, some of us may have a problem with it and feel say we are not a team player. No,
but boy, I don't know. I am not.
You know, when people express, and Bridget, my sister, hear you, and you express your opinion too. So probably you can also argue and say you express your own opinion, and nobody should have a problem with it. Neither. Me understand all of that. But what Marlene did yesterday, I don't see nothing wrong with it. The PNP chair around that are for them business. We need to focus on what is at hand and what is the goal. And the goal is to get this out of the way. If you realize yesterday Mark Golding walked out of Parliament, maybe nobody will pick it up. You know, it wasn't a walkout like the whole opposition walkout, but I see him left shortly after him finished that. Because they never have him